All right, welcome back. Today we're going to learn a song called I Believe by Charity Gayle. This is in the key of G flat, which has 6 flats. So let's get into it.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Verse 1. Chorus. Verse 2. Drums in. Build. Chorus. All in. Interlude. Bridge 1. Breakdown. Bridge 2. Bridge 3. Drums in. H 6. Ending.
And that is I Believe by Charity Gayle. It's a really great song, and we've done it at a camp recently, and so I wanted to share it with you all. Before I go any further, let me just remind you that I have a church piano one-on-one course. So if a lot of this stuff seems like it's very difficult, I take you through the basics from learning chords, learning your scales, all the way up to playing in church within just 10 lessons. So if that's something that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and check the link out below for more information on that. The type of videos that I do here on YouTube are mostly not monetized because of the nature of the tutorials that I do. They're song tutorials, and the songs are licensed to the artists and the writers. I'm supportive of that because I'm also a songwriter, so I know how that works, and it's important for them to get their royalties. And so that means that I don't really make any money off of those song tutorial type videos. So Fountain's a great way you can support me, as well as my church piano one-on-one course or any other courses that I launch in the future, as well as one-on-one lessons. These are all great ways you can support me and support this channel to allow me to continue to do these types of videos. I enjoy doing these videos, but if you'd like to support me in a deeper way, check out Fountain or some of these other links that I have below. Thanks so much. Okay, let's jump into the song. This is a classic song where less is more, pretty much. So we're in the key of G flat. And on the intro, we're kind of just playing very basic. We call them like diamond chords, where you basically take up the whole measure with just one hit, and you don't do a lot of fancy like stuff between the chords. You just kind of hit them and hold them. So let's look at the intro chord progression. We have a G flat chord, and we have an E flat minor, and then we have a C flat chord. That's a major 7 chord, and then a D flat chord. That is a suspended chord that resolves. So let's look at the voicings here. These are very minimal voicings, and we just hit the chord and hold them. So this first shape is a G flat chord, but we're not using the full, what you'd think of as like a G flat root position chord. It's just a partial chord in our right hand. In fact, the left hand is kind of doing most of the work here. But we want that minimal sound with that third of the chord on top in this case. And then we're going to go to the E flat minor, and keeping these common tones here on the top. Then we go to a C flat. We call it C flat because we're in the key of G flat. So it looks like a B major 7, but it's technically called a C flat, even though it's saying the wrong thing up here, right? So that is this whole chord, and I might even leave out the third and just do those 3 notes. And then we go to the D flat suspended chord, resolve it. So all that together. And we do that for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like 2 full measures per chord. And then we're going to go to the verse, and it's the same progression. I might get a little bit, I might build out the chords a little bit more on the verse. Maybe make that into a major 9 chord. So if we added all those notes, it would be B major 9 or C flat major 9. I'm going to leave that note out probably. And then to the D flat suspended. But basically keeping it very minimal in the verse. So then we go to the chorus. I believe, G flat, to E flat minor 7, to a D flat chord, to a G flat minor 7, something like that voicing. 6 chord, which is an E flat minor 7, C flat, D flat, suspended, resolve. And then I might change the voicing up. It's the same progression, but on the second round, just to make it more interesting. G flat, E flat minor 7, D flat, A flat minor 7, E flat minor 7, C flat, G flat. It's actually like a G flat over D flat, and then it resolves to a D flat right there. So that's the chorus, and then we are going to go into verse 2, which we might add a little bit more this time. So G flat maybe in this position, E flat minor. Adding more of the melody notes. G flat over D flat, then resolve it to D flat. So what I'm doing there is actually kind of what the vocal harmonies are doing over those chords. The chords are still B to a D flat, but My God, You Never Fail. Basically, it's G flat, A flat minor, G flat, A flat minor again, and then a similar thing. And the second one ends on a D flat chord, and then to the chorus. And then we're just adding more melody notes. Then we're going to go into the bridge, which is basically starts very minimal to the 5 chord, or you could call it like a 1/5 G flat over D flat. 6 chord, which is E flat minor. To our C flat major 7. Progressively getting bigger. Does it like 4 rounds of these? The very last one, we're gonna switch the progression. One day soon you'll split the sky. To the 2 chord, which is A flat minor. But the vocal melody and harmony doesn't change, even though we're going to a different chord. So the harmony is like this. Vocal harmonies are always a good thing to listen to as a keyboard player, because that can give you the information that would make good chords on your right hand, regardless of what the bass note is. There's a lot of times where the bass note will be doing one thing, yet your vocal harmonies are doing kind of a consistent pattern, even though the bass is moving underneath it. So that's kind of what's happening here. Then it goes to a G flat over B flat. And on that chord, it's a C flat major 9 again, but you have your right hand kind of doing this something different. Which looks just like, if you look at the triad, A flat minor to a G flat, but that's what the vocal harmonies are doing. The sopranos are doing this, altos, tenors, but that makes a great right hand voicing for the keyboard player. And throughout that last bridge also is a build, so you could do something like this. And there's a cut right before the chorus. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're back into the chorus. And on this next little hit, I believe, boom. It kind of is a delayed hit on the drums, and so it's a cool thing to accent that with a band. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So at the end of that, you're always faithful, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like a delayed hit on the one chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you could do something where you just accent it on the second beat, or beat 4 really. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then they do a little outro. I believe. And then it's just a piano way up high. This note is important to be in the top voice of the chord according to what they're doing on the album. And then it's basically a B flat minor over this, something like that is what it sounds like to me. B flat minor over F. Kind of keeps that same top note throughout this whole chord progression here. And then you can end it on the 1. In fact, I think they leave it unresolved, but if you wanted to resolve it, you could end on the G flat chord. Now, they do start slowing down, the tempo drops, and if it was me, a lot of times when I'm doing this song, is I'll just cut the click track actually at that part and just let it be a moment where it's just the lead singer and the piano player, and we can kind of follow each other, or more like me follow them as the keyboard player, I'm the accompanist, and I can just follow them, and it be just a very, you know, intimate moment there where it's not, we're not relying on the click track necessarily, we're just kind of going at our own tempo. And that also gives you the option to just keep going. You can maybe sing the chorus again, build it back up, do whatever you want from there. But that's kind of a really cool moment at the end there where it starts to go off the click track at that point. And then usually what happens in those situations is they're off the click track, so the tempo is fluctuating, and then what they did in the post-production was they chased the live performance with the guide to make it line up. And so, but to me that's like kind of anticlimactic, trying to do that and do it exactly like they did it in the moment. So usually at that point we'll just stop the click track and just let it be the piano player and the vocal doing that little part at the end. So that's been I Believe by Charity Gayle. It's a really great song. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you want to learn this song in a different key, or if there's other things that you want to learn from me that I didn't cover in this video, I do one-on-one lessons. And that is something that you can connect with me, and we can work on something very specific to you. Some people give me a list of like 7 songs that they want me to do, or they give me, you know, they want me to do these tutorials in every single key. That's a little bit unfeasible for me, but I can do a one-on-one lesson. So if you have something very specific that you want me to cover, we can go ahead and book an appointment. You can check the link below for my schedule, and I'd love to connect with you. If this was helpful for you, go ahead and smash the like button. You know what to do. Subscribe if you haven't already. That would be very helpful. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.